There are a lot of you friends that would love to have the benefit and luxury of having a portable AC unit, but the biggest factor that's stopping you from getting one of these is because of the style of your window. You have a casement or crank out window like this one. So with most and probably all portable AC units only come with this exhaust window inserts that's only compatible for vertical or horizontal sliding windows. On this video, I'm going to show you a simple, easy DIY that you can do at home with simple tools and materials so that you can finally use that casement or crank out window and not having to worry about these stock sliding window ventilation inserts. You're going to make it look clean, nice, and professional. Trust me, you're going to love this one. Stay tuned. Hey there friends, welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. So I'm making this video because you guys totally loved my last video on my portable AC unit window insert because it was clear, it was nice and professional, very minimalist, but unfortunately it was only made for sliding windows. And I heard you guys on the comments, what if I had a casement or a crank out window? How do I use this design that I made with the clear, with the nice hose insert that's just floating right in place? But don't worry friends, I will show you how to do the same design, but this time it will fit your casement, crank out window, and it will look just as good and probably even better. So with that being said, let's get started. Sorry friends, I'm currently under renovation, but it's still a perfect way to show you this example. This is a crank out window because it cranks out with this handle like this. Say that you have a casement, which is a similar style, except that one you have a latch that goes up and you push out, and then you push either to the left or to the right or up or down. It doesn't matter. It's the same concept. So there's two ways you can measure this. You can take the face of your crank out or casement window. So you can go all the way to the edge from here, the inside, all the way down. Open your window, and then whatever's left that is sticking out right here, then you can use that. Totally up to you where you want to measure. If you want to go the hard route where you have to measure from end to end, there's this locking mechanism that I will have to cut out for, or even this one that just going to be in the way. If I were to measure from the very top all the way to the bottom, it would be 57.5. If I was to go to edge, would be 22.5. So if you do choose to go measure from end to end, then you will have to measure out for the cutout for the crank. I'll just go 3.5, lands right there, 9 1/8. For this cutout, I'm gonna do 5.5 and 10.5 on the height. For the width, I'm gonna do 1.5. So what I got here is a pretty big piece of plexiglass. The reason why I got this huge piece is because I'm going to be using the rest of the pieces that I don't use for other projects as well. You don't need this big of a plexiglass, just get what you need for your window. You can get this acrylic sheet or plexiglass at your nearest hardware store, but like what I do in every one of my videos, I leave all the materials and tools that I use on this video on this link on the description down below. Or if you're watching on the big screen, I'll make it easier for you and check out this QR code right here. All the tools and materials that I use in this video are all on those links in the description and on that QR code. If you have any questions, just let me know. It's really hard to find in the hardware store a really nice piece of plexiglass that had both coverings still on perfectly. But as much as possible, don't remove the protective covers on both sides until you finish your cut. I need a 57.5 in length, but I'm going to deduct a 1/4 inch in the length because I'm going to be adding some edging onto it later. So instead of 57.5, I'm going to go 57.25. So now I'm going to do the width. I'm going to take my speed square and make my mark right there. So this is the piece that I need. Usually I would cut this all the way through, but I want to preserve as much of the length of the plexiglass as much as possible because I'm going to be saving that for a very special project for another video that I'm going to show you a pretty cool one. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. There's two ways that you can cut plexiglass. You can use any type of saw that you'd like. On this video, I'm going to show you how to cut it with a circular saw. You can use a reciprocating saw or any type of saw. Or the second method is you can score it where you go over it with a box knife over and over 5 to 7 times, and then you can snap it just like drywall. Now I'm going to make the cutouts for the locking mechanism and also for the crank handle. If yours doesn't have a crank, yours is a casement, which just opens and closes. Even better, you might not need even to do this step. What I'm gonna be using is my oscillating tool, just makes it easier for me. A quick test fit, I'm gonna take the lock handle, put it in the middle so that we can push this glass right through. Hey there friends, sorry to interrupt, but if you find this video super helpful so far, kindly hit that big thumbs up, subscribe. It'll greatly help out the channel. With that being said, let's get back to the video. Now look at that, it fits nicely and it made it through all those cutouts. If you look on the edge, there's a little bit of 1/8 inch gap from top and bottom. The reason why I did that is so that I can put my stripping right around. It's a rubber strip so that it also uses as a gasket so that no air will pass through. Now that part is completely optional. If you want to do this, you can, but for me, I will do it just to show you. Now it's time to take off the protective film. This is the time where you can choose where you want to place the exhaust hose through. So in this, it would be very ideal for you to choose the bottom, because if you put it on the top, the middle, it's gonna block your view. The main point of this is to have a nice clear view through, just like you have a window, and it makes it so that the hose is nicely on the bottom close to the AC. Place it right around, probably right here where there is enough opening, because my window goes out to the right. If yours goes out to the left, maybe you want to go to the right area. What I have here is a universal hose flange. This is a two-part flange. It has a nice locking mechanism. This one goes to the hose, and this one will be attaching to this plexiglass. This is measured 6 inches in diameter, fit mostly all the standard portable AC units hose out there. So if you're interested on this as well, I'll leave that link on the description down below. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out for the moment, and we're gonna trace the inside diameter of that to whichever place that we want to place this hose. I'm probably gonna leave about an inch on this corner to this corner. Take out the protective film cover. There we go. So if you look right here, there is where my hose vent is gonna vent out on this corner, right where the opening is. So that I don't scratch my plexiglass, now I can take out my cover. Look how nice and clear this thing is without that protective cover. Again, this part is completely optional. You don't have to do this, but I highly suggest you do, because it will have a nice seal on the edges to help any air from escaping or coming in through your space. This is a silicone edge trimming U-channel. It's made out of silicone, it's easy to cut, and it has double adhesive on each end. So like what I did on my last video, this is what we use for all the edging for our plexiglass cover. Do 20 feet, but they come in 10 feet as well in different lengths. I'll also leave this in the link on the description down below. You want to cut it into a 45-degree cut. You can use your utility knife. Hopefully I don't cut myself showing you this, but it's a lot easier if I do it on a flat surface. But I'm just showing you how easy it is to cut this thing. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's not rocket science. But yeah, look at that, 45, and the next piece will be 45. Easiest way that I found out to put this on, you put your thumb on the inside and you use your pointer finger to feed it through, while your thumb slides in and feeds it like that. Now make sure that this is where you want it. It's nice and fit and perfect. Make sure you push it in just for good measures. So once you take out that backing strip, it's really hard to get it back in position. Pull the backing off and it should set automatically in place. And I would just give it a good run just for good measure. We're gonna do this all the way around. Okay, now for this part, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna go around putting this stripping around corners like these with the edge like that. Make a small piece for this one. You can make your cut already with it installed. You can just go make that curve right here like this. Just simple silicone material, easy to cut. You're gonna match it with the edge of this one, point it upwards, And this one is gonna be going the same direction. There you go, just like that. Like that, so that's gonna go that way. And then we're gonna measure up to this edge, eyeball it like that. All the U-channel silicone edging all the way around. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of the parts that's gonna take you the longest, is cutting for these little cutouts here all the way at the end. But look how nice that turned out with, friends. Looks so professional. So this is a 5 3/4 diameter, 0.75 divided by 2, 2 7/8. I'm going to be using my 6-inch hole saw. This is a perfect size because our main diameter for our hose attachment flange, that's 6.5. At 6, that leaves us enough so that when we place this over here, we can stick this for enough space to go on top of this. It's fairly cheap hole saw. I use this for drywall. The trick to this, to have a better experience with your hole saw, I'm going to place a piece of block right underneath so that it gives it more stable and a way for the drill to spin and stay in place. Putting really light pressure on this. I'm letting the saw do the work. Do it moderate speed but light pressure. We're gonna take our universal adapter flange. The only thing in modification that we're gonna do with this is we're gonna cut off this little thing that's protruding out. You can use a hacksaw. I'm gonna use my oscillating saw to cut this. And that took less than 10 seconds to do. There's also tiny little tabs here that you can cut off as well. There's one there. You're oscillating to it and just go like this. And that should be it. There's many ways you can glue this onto the face over here. You can use clear construction adhesive. I highly recommend one. This one is by Loctite. It's clear, it's construction adhesive, and it works great. You just need to wait a little bit for it to dry up. Or you can use this right here, which I used on the last video, super glue, and it has an activator, so it instantly glues in place and it's super strong. I'll show you how strong it is. But first, let's apply the super glue right on the edge. Just take your time, be very careful. Start in the middle on the inside. Don't start from here and go like that. Always keep your glue on the inside so you don't have any way you can have that string of super glue landing on your face. And carefully place it right on the middle. Just do the best that you can. Now take your activator. You don't need too much, just spray, little tiny sprays around, should be good. And that's it. This thing is nice and strong. Check out how strong this is. It's supporting most of the weight of this thing. What more on your hose? Now you can take this adapter piece and connect it to your hose. All right, friends, now for the moment of truth. Time to fit it. I'm gonna cry. This thing looks beautiful. I mean, if you're looking at this thing, it looks like it's not even there. Look how clear, and look at that. The sun is just blazing right through. If the bird was trying to fly right around here, they would be mistaken that this is nice and open, but you have something like this. But look how nice and thin that this thing is just floating. You have the seals that we did. The point of this rubber silicone is to have it nice and sealed all the way around. The thing that I would add is this though. One thing that I would add is these Velcro strips. Just put a few strips, maybe one there in that corner, this, that, and just stick it in place where the frame is and connect it to the plexiglass itself so that this thing doesn't fall off. Push it in, and when you're ready to disassemble, grab it from the inside here and pull it out. You don't even have to remove this thing, because if you have crank window like I do, you can just go like this. And that's it. You can even lock it, and this thing is already there. So the next time that you want to use this, plug it in. Wait, if you want, plug in your AC, and it's already good, and you have a nice solid plexiglass that no air will go through and no bugs will go through as well. I'm gonna take the second part, just like that. Now, one thing also in the comments that people were saying, like, what if bugs get in here or critters? What you can do is you can get like a screen mesh, just cut out a circle right here, but bigger than the diameter. Just place it on top. Don't glue it, because if that thing gets worn out or gets ugly, then it's really hard to take out. You can just place it right on top to put as a kind of like a filter, and then just shove it in and it should click in place with the adapter piece right here. That's just snapping it in place like that. I mean, it's not gonna come off. It's nice and stable, secured. If you put that Velcro in those places, you don't have to put the Velcro all the way around. It's gonna be super hard to take out, but it's solely up to you. It's your design, but I just made and started the concept for you. It's just floating. It's so clean. It's very hard to tell that you have a portable AC connected to your casement or crank window. And check this out. When you're done, you can just easily just close up your window like this. Lock it for the night, go to sleep, and you're good. The very next morning when it gets super hot, open up your window, crank it up, turn on your AC, and it's just going. It's right there in place. You don't even have to remove it if you don't have to. Now, I know you're gonna have concern about security. That's one thing that I saw in the comments as well. The one thing that you can do to prevent yourself from breaking into, again, this is not 100% foolproof, but it's helped to prevent it, is just open your window this much. You don't have to crank your window all the way open. And another security bonus that I got for you, friends, is get yourself one of these. It comes in a 4-pack. These are super cheap, not that expensive, like so. And even comes with a sticker. Take this double-sided sticker, put it right here, use that and stick it anywhere on your window. And this goes off in vibration. It's over 120 decibels. So if someone was trying to push this, once this thing vibrates, this thing will set off an alarm. Great thing to have this if you want added security. Again, there's no such thing as 100% foolproof, but this window alarm, vibration alarm, will definitely deter anyone trying to break in your window. Interested on this same one that I'm using right here, window vibration alarm, I'll leave those links on the description and QR code right here, and any tools that I use on this video, I'll leave it all on those links down below as well. Here's another question that might pop up. Some of you have portable ACs that have 2 hoses. No problem. All you gotta do is put another hole, put another flange, and attach it the same way as you attached the first one. Easy as that. Once you get it down to the T, this thing will last you for many years. Store it away for the winter and then bust it out in the summer. And trust me, your neighbors are gonna say, where'd you buy that? Or where'd you get it? So there you have it, friends. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of my design for this casement or crank window design for your portable AC. Did I pass? Did I deserve your thumbs up? If I did, please hit that big thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and please let me know if I get enough thumbs up on this video. I will definitely consider putting this on my fixthishouse.net store. I can customize you one for any window that you have, whether you have a crank window, a casement, a sliding window, horizontal, vertical, whichever. So there you have it, friends. If you found this video super helpful and you liked it, hit that big thumbs up, subscribe, and notification bell, and make sure you stay cool out there.